Hey there, sometimes I look at some of the things that these comic pros throw out into the ether and I think, wow, this is only something a mother could love. But then again, I see things like this, from Aunt Mary to Bill Sinquist, and I think, yeah, maybe your family can't even abide this stuff. I mean, it's pretty telling as a consumer when I go out and I see certain things that have been thrown out into the ether, like, say, this, for example. When I see something like this, and I see some of the articles with it, punchable faces, does comic artist Bill Sinquist venting advocate violence? When you look at that and you think about this day and age, you think about the punch-a-Nazi platform, but you take it further, you put faces on bullseyes, and you think that's somehow okay? Would you think it's okay if I put Obama in a bullseye? Would you think it's okay if I put Maxine Waters there? Or would you rail about me being a sexist or a racist or a bigot and on? But of course, that's the platform that these people abide. They also think that they can say anything, and it shouldn't impact what they do. I mean, when you go through Bill Sinquist's stuff here, when you look at his almost daily, sometimes, tweets or his Facebook posts, they're very telling about a mindset that believes that you're with me, or I can say whatever you want, but still give me your dollar. I mean, when you look at this, for example, blocked a few trolls this AM. They won't be able to see this, but they'll know soon enough. Wish everything was as simple. Now, what is a troll, of course? Apparently, awoke to see I lost 1,000 or so followers. Guess a lot of right-wingers love comics, just not creators who stand for progressive values. Note to right, please save yourself some time. Look at my body of work. Does it say conservative you? Didn't think so. Now, when I see stuff like this, I am not a right-winger. I do not like politics. I have talked about how I feel that there is nuance within individuals. A lot of things that we say, we do not identify across a specific political spectrum. We are people out there trying to find the right choices within life. And a lot of people, they do not feel represented. They never have. When these people throw out numbers, for example, talking about how people don't feel represented by Congress, well, newsflash, they've always felt that way. Those numbers, they're barely in the double digits when you get down to that. So to say things like this and to feel like making people unwelcome is somehow some type of political statement, well, I have news for you. Anybody that abides that platform, other people that are watching it and know that they could be in the crosshairs, literally be in the crosshairs when you're talking about someone that draws pictures like this, well, they leave too. So you see messages like this. I don't make things for you. Don't let the door hit you in the butt while you're on the way out. But also within that, I'm aware my political discourse can alienate some fans and followers, but hopefully the work and our common love of story and ideals unites us more than divides us. That's the dream anyway. Yeah, basically, you can tell people that they're not welcome. You can laugh about how that they're not going to be at that table. You can also go out with friends of yours, hyper-political entities. You can make fun of consumers. I mean, this is part of a platform within it where you even see a Larry Hama talking about stuff within that. One of them came up to me at a con and demanded to know why I unfriended and blocked him, and I told him I didn't want to see his racist shit on my feed, but he said, but we're still okay, right? You see the ego within this. You see the way that these people represent. And as a comic consumer, I always wondered how exactly these people could think that's okay. Again, something only a mother or a family member could love. But of course, that's not the thing. So Mary Ann Sinquist apparently comes in and says, you need to have the Lord in your life. You're just nasty. Wait, Aunt Mary, you're saying we're the nasty ones, but you're completely fine with this white supremacist Nazi? He's fine. You have nothing to say about or to him or his supporters. I mean, look at the way that sets up. And also, you have family members there that bring stuff up. I wouldn't even cover something like this. But look at these people dogging on Aunt Mary here, because Bill, he's going to double down on it. I'll take reason and empathy any day. Bonus, he's not a Christian either. There's no such thing as God. Yep, that's a great platform there. But this continues within that. Aunt Mary had too many root beers in the garage. It's sad. I don't know what happened to that part of the family. I love my aunt dearly, and she's always been loving and tolerant. This isn't the woman I remember. You mean the person that's loving and tolerant, and then when you're going out and you're railing on people, calling them white supremacists, calling them bigots, again, feeling like this is advocacy, they're the people that have problems? Maybe when you look at the descriptors and you don't recognize who they are, maybe it's you that's not recognizable. Maybe you should look at that and see exactly why comic book consumers walk away, because when you're looking at this stuff, your own family is walking away there. So why would people support your endeavors? And then on a wider spectrum, why would people support this industry? Why would you want to support the thing that doesn't support you? I mean, can't you see that? And of course, the answer apparently is no, I can't see that. I can't see how divisive I am. You can see it in messages that you threw out saying, well, I know that this can be divisive, but I hope that the common goal within the work that will bring in your money, basically, but yet you can see your own family said stuff about this. But continuing here, her implicit support of this white supremacist and anger at liberals for their apparent lack of civility and of God in our lives is incredibly hypocritical. Unfortunately, that hypocrisy is endemic in the right wing, where there's far too much Bible and not enough actual school and learning to think for yourself. Just sheep looking for an authoritarian figure, God substitute. Wow, that is super fucked up, and I sympathize with your plight. Blind, xenophobic ignorance is worse than heroin. Yeah, basically, these people out there, they're so uneducated. All they need is a God substitute, and well, Trump is that thing. It is amazing to see what these people have become. This guy is really railing on his own family. He's talking about them needing an authoritarian father figure there and a God substitute, saying that they have no learning there. They have too much Bible, and well, they're too nice within things. They actually are too tolerant, and they believe in civility. Oh no, we can't have civility. Bill, you need to look in the mirror and see how messed up that statement is. There are people out there that watch from the center of it all. And when you look from the center and you see the right and how that is, and you see the left, if you want to talk about intolerant bigots within this, on the right, if you want to say there's hate groups within the right there, the right does not openly embrace them. You want to say that they do. You want to throw all of these labels out there, but they don't openly embrace that. They don't want that. On the left, however, you folks embrace Antifa because look, they fight fascists. Isn't that amazing? You advocate for people being punched, hit, hurt within this. You go out and within your own rhetoric, you advocate for violence. And you can't understand that when people walk away, it's not because they're right wing. You can't see that. Your own family details that. But you've built up an echo chamber wherein this kind of stuff, this kind of rhetoric is okay. I don't know how you get through that too. I guess walking away from industry, as a consumer, I guess that's the only way you can play. Because when people, they're willing to dump on their own family openly like that, and to basically call them ignorant, backers of white supremacy, to have people dump on them as xenophobic and on, well, that says a lot within it. So anyhow, tell me what you think. I mean, do you feel welcomed by somebody like this? I mean, when you see, again, messaging that goes quite like this, don't Department of Don't Let the door hit your butt. I mean, they're talking about losing thousands of followers, but that's their fault out there. That's not some reflection on yourself. I mean, when you see that, does that make you want to buy comic books? And moreover, does this stuff impede classic escapism? Like when you think, for example, about those old titles that you enjoy, do you see more and more names like this guy? Connect them with that message. And does it really bother you, when you're looking at them? I'm curious what people think about this. Regardless of the way that you intake that, though, like I say, when you see things like this and you see the reaction to them like that, this isn't the woman I remember, because they want civility and they actually want you to be able to move on and do something, do something constructive and not divisive. Well, I don't really know what to say within this stuff. It truly points to an issue that is beyond comic books. It is something that is happening culturally. And these people, they are broken inside somewhere. At least that's how it feels to me. Anyhow, tell me what you think about that. Thank you.